truth that you are a slave. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison for your mind.
Today I want to speak to you on the topic of perceptual to conceptual awareness. And this is basically speaking about how we perceive and how we conceive before we can bring forth or manifest in our life. So everything in this world is walking through perception, conception, and then manifestation. So just like a woman and a man, before they come together to start a family, it all begins with perception. They all perceive that they want to bring forth a life into this world. And so that was first a thought. It was first an idea. It was first imagine. And then they proceed with the action. And then there comes the manifestation of a birth. And it takes a period of time, okay, a gestation period. Now, everyone understands that in the physical world of bringing forth a life into this world, with a woman becoming pregnant and bringing forth a child. Now, it is the same thing when it comes to manifesting whatever you desire in this world. You have to realize that you have to first perceive. And from that perception that you hold, that there must be a conception. And that conception, you must stay faithful or stay true to that conception. And that conception would bring forth the manifestation. Okay? And Neville stated it in his book, The Law and the Promise. So I just want to read a short excerpt for you from The Law and the Promise. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just put on my glasses. And I'm just going to read. I have the book right here with me. It's right here, The Law and the Promise. Okay. And I'm reading from page 86 in The Law and the Promise. And the topic here is through the looking glass. Okay. Through the looking glass. It says here, to move from perceptual awareness or things as they seem. So when we see things happening around us, that is we perceiving these things are actually happening. Like for example, when a person loses a job or something like that, and it seems like there is no way out, it seems like there is limitation, it seems like there is scarcity, it seems like if everything is going against them, that's how it would seem, because that's what they are perceiving at the time. Okay? But when it comes to conceiving something, it says here, and let me just read it back over, right? To move from perceptual awareness or things as they seem to conceptual awareness or things as they ought to be. So instead of seeing things as they seem to be, you have to see things as they ought to be. In other words, instead of you thinking about what you do not want, you should be thinking about what you want. So you're supposed to always see life as the way it ought to be, instead of seeing it as the way it seems to be. For example, if you're living in a time when everyone is saying it's a time of Great Depression, that's how it would seem to be. But if you see life as it ought to be, you will never see lack, you will never see scarcity, you will only see abundance, you will only see prosperity, because you are living from the place of conception. You are conceiving the right thoughts, you're conceiving the right belief about yourself. Okay, so he say here, to move from perceptual awareness, or things as they seem, to conceptual awareness, or things as they ought to be, we imagine as vivid and as lifelike a presentation as possible of what we ought to see, hear, and do while we physically present and physically experiencing things as they ought to be, and imaginatively participating in that scene. So we must become involved in the conception, or what we would have conceived through our perception. And we must be very, very vivid about it. We must bring it to the reality of life and how life is and how we are to actually see ourselves. And you must make it whereby you are actually involved in it. You should not be the third person looking on, but you must be actively involved in it. You must be able to see and hear and feel how you would feel were it physically happening. So when you are living from the wish fulfill, or from the realm of conception, you have to participate as if you are living in the present tense and acting it as if you are actually in the physical realm. Yet you're doing it from the spiritual realm. So when you go into the invisible world, you have to act in the invisible world as if you are living in the physical world. And when you are thinking from the physical world and you enter the spiritual world, you have to act in the spiritual world as if you are actually living in the physical world. So my brothers and my sisters, everything in this world comes from perception to conception to manifestation. That is why you must hold to your wish, fulfill, up to a certain amount of time before you drop it and you forget about it. And then it will materialize in this three-dimensional world. So next time you have a goal, you have a dream, you have a vision, you hold it for a certain time, and you live in the feeling that you are impregnated with it. It's already happened. And then you forget about it, you drop it, and then it will materialize itself. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to thank you very much, and I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me, what I'm saying, it makes sense to you, I would like to say to you, if you haven't subscribed already, to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, what I would like to say to you, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram at Black Mad Guru, you can feel free to do so. And you can check out my Patreon, where we have the Inner Sun Science and Technology course to create your reality consciously. And there's work there for everyone. Okay, so feel free to check it out. So if there's any other way that you like to support this work, I want to say to you that there's a PayPal and the link is down below. Feel free to check it out. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.